Namaste and welcome back to Everest Media. I'm Sylvia Khadka.
And I'm Nutan Rai.
We're thrilled to have you back with us once again. After the overwhelming response to our inaugural episode on students' mental health and their academics, today we're taking a dive into something entirely different but just as impactful as before. But this time it's all about a book review. And in this episode, we won't just skim through the characters and the plots. Instead, we will be challenging the norms, finding the hidden wisdom, and exploring the depths so that you can definitely benefit from our discussion. And joining me in this adventure is someone who always makes our discussions much more valuable, meaningful, and unforgettable. Our very own Miss Nutan Rai.
Thank you, Sylvia. Actually, talking more about the book, in grade 9, we've been studying out Paulo Coelho in literature, and naturally we stumbled upon this spontaneous phenomenon, The Alchemist, which is now the most translated book in history and has, without any doubt, gained unwavering success. And as Sylvia told, today we are going to be challenging the book.
Exactly. And The Alchemist, I believe that it's not just a story, but a journey that can resonate differently with every reader. Now, but before getting to our book, I'd like to introduce you all to the author shortly. So, Paulo Coelho, the author, he is a Brazilian author and lyricist who has managed to touch the heart of many through his works such as The Pilgrimage, Veronica's Eyesight, and of course, our very own The Alchemist. Now, when we talk about the story itself, it follows by Santiago, a shepherd boy who has this recurring dream about finding treasure at Egyptian pyramids. And in his journey, he finds a series of mystical characters and he encounters various challenges, revelations, and lessons that kind of change his entire perspective about life itself. And I guess that was really valuable for him in this journey. So, Nutan, what do you think about this journey? What does it mean to you?
Actually, I think that it's just a metaphor for personal growth. Santiago's journey just revolves around his personal legend. His quest is a pursuit for his personal legend. And like, if our viewers don't know what personal legend means, it just means something which you deeply want. Something that gives you a purpose in life, or something that gives you meaning in life in this monochromed world. Actually, I think that this is just a metaphor for personal growth. And in my opinion, basically in the book, it talks about how each and every one of us have a purpose in life and a dream that is planted onto us by the universe itself. Even Santiago's entire journey revolves around his personal legend, and personal legend basically just means something that you deeply want. But at the end of the day, when it comes to achieving your dreams, rather than the destination, I think the thing that really matters is our process. Right, Sylvia?
Yeah, I think so. Like, journey is obviously much more valuable than the destination itself because that's where you encounter obstacles and everything that kind of sum up your whole life. And one thing that fascinated me about this book is that the way Coelho, he frames obstacles not as some sort of barriers or hindrances in the way, but rather as a step into a new journey. And Santiago's fears and the people that try to sway him, and just even his slightest hint of doubts, they all kind of reflect the inner struggles that we everyday people we feel in our lives very frequently. And this kind of makes me wonder how many of us have actually given up because we misinterpret challenges as the signs to stop on our journey.
Actually, that's a great question, Sylvia. And talking more, like focusing more on the book, I realized that Santiago's journey teaches us that persuasion or just like persistency is the key after all. You have to be persistent for your goals. And we can take an example of the scene with the crystal merchant. Basically, it's not just about Santiago's learning patience or about his business skills. It's about the understanding that long detours can have valuable life lessons.
Yes, you've talked about detours. So, like detours, or you say these unexpected changes, I guess they are very crucial and they give off valuable lessons too because they kind of make us ready and get us out of our comfort zone, because we are now exposed to a different situation that we hadn't imagined before, we hadn't predicted before, and that's how the transformation happens, right? But there's this one question that has been lingering in my mind for quite some time now. So do you think that everybody relates to Santiago's personal legend, or is it some sort of idealistic dream?
Well, in my opinion, I really don't think everybody calls it a personal legend.
Yes.
However, I feel like everybody has a passion or something that they want to pursue in their life that gives their life some meaning and makes it colorful in this monochromed world. And in my opinion, I think the thing that really matters at the end of the day is that you have to discover your personal legend and you have to try to pursue it even when your path feels uncertain or even when times get really hard and life just feels upsetting.
Well, you've mentioned uncertainty here, and that kind of took me back to the book itself, because you see that The Alchemist, it does not really shy away from uncertainty. Instead, it embraces it. And spoiler alert, so you see that Santiago, he kind of faces betrayal in his journey. Like, imagine working for something so tirelessly and it just being stolen away by someone whom you have given your trust to, whom you've trusted upon, and that's kind of heart-wrenching. So even I felt that it was really disheartening, right? So how does this overall scene or like experience relate to you?
Actually, in my opinion, I think that scene was real and quite raw as well. But however, the thing that really struck up to me was the fact that Santiago, he did not give out in his despair. Instead, he took it as a part of his learning. It's as if Coelho was trying to tell us that, in life you have many tests, but what truly matters is how you respond to these tests. Actually, Sylvia, like this is just a question that has been flowing through my mind, but like self-resilience like this, do you really think that this can come naturally to us?
Well, honestly speaking, resilience, I guess it's a concept to me that does not really come naturally, but I guess it's just something that can be learned through your experiences. And I guess that's what Santiago did throughout his journey, and that makes his journey very inspiring for all of us. And one thing that I really loved about this book is that it advises us to see adversity not as an enemy but as an ally, and that's really hit into me. And but leaving it all aside, I guess there's another factor just as important as resilience, which is intuition itself. So he in his journey he learns to trust the language of his heart, you see. So it's basically saying that he started to trust his instincts in his journey. So you see, in today's fast-paced world, do you think that people they still trust their instincts, or they don't?
Well, that's a great question, Sylvia. And actually, in today's fast paced world, I feel like we are so distracted by all of the noises, all of the obstacles and doubts we have in life that sometimes we forget to tune in and listen to our voice inside, what it's trying to tell us. But let's not forget about faith as well. Like, faith has played quite a big role in the story. Santiago has had faith in the universe, not just in the universe, but in himself as well. It actually teaches us that belief starts from within. And actually, this is also another one of my questions which has been lingering around. But do you think that people underestimate self-belief in today's generation?
Self-belief,
Yes.
definitely, because I think self-belief is something that we today lack, our generation lacks. But one thing that I've loved about this book is the way it has conveyed the masses that uh, you achieving your success, or just this some simple idea of achieving success is not about the external circumstances but rather inner transformation, because that's where I guess the real success, the pathway to success starts from or begins from. So of course self belief or trusting your own self, it's very crucial, and it's a way to start off for your journey, and I guess that also ends up to uh, your destination as well. But I guess that most of the people in today's world, they definitely lack that, and that's when they are going away from their path to success, and they don't really achieve what they have dreamt for their entire life, right? So do you think fear is that one factor that sets people back in today's generation from achieving their success?
Well, in my opinion, fear can be quite paralyzing. It can make your dreams look unattainable. Like, it can make your dreams seem like they're out of the imagination. But, however, one thing which I have personally learned, and which I'm pretty sure all of our readers can learn from the book, is that there's something that's actually scarier than failure. It's the fear of failure. Because at the end of the day, even if you have failed in something which you really wanted to pass in, then at least you can say, well, I gave it a try. If you never try something, then how will you know what you're actually capable of?
Exactly, that kind of hit me as well, because you know that most of the times we are so fearsome and we start having these random fears in our mind, and that kind of stop us from achieving what we want in our life. And uh, fear, it's, I guess it's a temporary feeling, and you kind of get over with it by time, but after that there's this regret that stays in your mind all the time, because now you have this thing that, oh, I didn't even give it a try because I was fearing what outcome it would give, but I couldn't even work because of that fear that I had. So I love that message as well, and thank you for highlighting that or enlightening our viewers about that particular point. So this is for our viewers. What's stopping you from achieving your personal legend? If you figure out what's stopping you, recognize that and go there, buzz off for achieving your personal legend.
Actually, every great adventure starts with small steps, and I hope all of our viewers can share their thoughts and opinions about the book in our comment section.
Exactly. Until next time, this is Sylvia Khadka
And Nutan Rai,
signing
signing
off
off from
from
Everest
Everest Media.
Media.
Thank you.